Hey, what's going on, guys? It is the Lightning, and guys, today I am bringing you guys a top 10, guys. In this top 10, we're going to be doing the top 10 boss fights in Destiny. Guys, these are the bosses that have the most memorable fights, and the ones that are a little bit more than a bullet sponge. But guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this top 10. Guys, coming in at our number 10 spot, we have the Fallen God, Sepiks Prime. Now, at the beginning of this strike, the Vanguard tells you to send their souls screaming back to hell, and you just know that this boss fight's going to be badass. Before you had your Gallahorns and Icebreakers and all your exotics, this dude was actually pretty challenging. I remember like a year ago in the beta, it took me quite a long time to take this dude down. He is kind of a bullet sponge, but to Destiny fans, including myself, he's a little bit more. He's like the first big boss fight and the first strike you ever ran. So he has some sentimental value. But guys, I had to put him on this list somewhere. So what other good spot than number 10? Coming in at our number 9 spot, we have Askor, the Archon Priest. Now this dude is actually a pretty fun boss. Like Sepiks Prime, he is kind of a bullet sponge. But I kind of do think this boss is pretty easy, especially if you have snipers. Because if you have snipers, you can shoot him in the face and it will stagger him. And that's when you can unload rockets and light machine gun on him. And there's just so many places to shoot him at. It's pretty easy, I think. But he is kind of a fun boss. You can get done with the strike and the boss and whole. You can get done with the strike in like 15 to 20 minutes. And I do think he is kind of fun. It doesn't take a whole lot to take him down. But like I said, he is kind of a bullet sponge. You do need rockets and light machine gun to take him down pretty quick. But he is overall a pretty fun boss. And that's why he comes in at our number 9 spot. Coming in at our number 8 spot, we have Fogoth, the Abomination. Now, at a lower level, this dude is intimidating. This dude is huge. I remember before Destiny even came out and they had the strike trailer, and this was the strike they had for the trailer, and I thought this was going to be one of the last bosses you fought in Destiny, but boy, was I wrong. At a lower level, this guy is pretty intimidating, especially during the strike. You can hear his roars that will send goosebumps down your spine. Unlike Askor, this guy is actually pretty challenging even if you are a higher level with all the exotics. This dude will take a lot to take down. And plus with the onslaught of enemies, this will help you get used to future boss fights in Destiny. Fogoth, he's a pretty solid boss. He's big, he's difficult even at higher levels, and plus he has his own onslaught of enemies. He's overall just a nice boss. I think he deserves to be at our number 8 spot. Coming in at our number 7 spot, we have Sekrion, the Nexus Mind. Now this dude is a badass. This dude is the reason the Vex have control of Venus. The boss arena for this fight and the boss itself really complement each other. Since the boss has a rotating shield and since the room is circular, you and your fire team can be doing constant damage on this boss. There isn't a whole bunch of AI swarming you all the time, but there is a little bit. And plus there's plenty of cover, so they're not a big deal. But this boss fight's pretty unique with the circular room. You and your fire team can be doing constant damage and won't take you guys very long. This guy is somewhat damaging because his weapons that he has will melt you in a few seconds. But like I said, this boss fight's very unique. It's very fun. And I think it deserves to come in at our number 7 spot. Guys, coming in at our number 6 spot, we have Valis Traug. Now this dude, in my opinion, is a very fun boss and is probably one of the better ones in the Prison of Elders. With the modifier being Jugular and the onslaught of enemies, it feels like a battle of attrition where you and the Cabal battle to see who can outlast each other. With Jugular on, if you don't switch up your weapons, you're going to run out of ammo, and especially since the Cabal seem to spawn a lot, it seems like a battle to see who can outlast each other. Eventually, the Cabal will start to despawn, and you'll be able to do damage on Valis Traug. But the boss switches between Void, Solar, and Arc shields, so it asks you and your fire team to switch up your weapons, switch up your tactics to take this boss down. And honestly, this boss fight is just very fun, especially with the Cabal, since the Cabal are highly militarized, and they blow up planets for just getting in their way. So I think it's pretty fun because, like I said, it's a battle of attrition. You and the Cabal are just going to war with each other. And I think it's very fun and honestly, just an awesome boss fight. Probably one of the better ones in Prison of Elders. No matter that it takes a long time, this boss fight is still a ton of fun. Coming in at our number 5 spot, we have Urrox, the Flame Prince. Now this dude is probably the most interesting boss in the Prison of Elders in my opinion. And plus he's also a fun boss. Scion means descendant. I googled it. It does mean descendant. So this dude is a descendant of Urrox, which I think is pretty interesting and I think it's pretty cool. And plus, this dude is also a really fun boss. It doesn't take a lot to take this dude down, especially if you have like Vision of Confluence, Icebreaker, or Gallowhorn. It doesn't take a lot to take this dude down, but he does start the floor on fire, so you have to be weird, you have to be conscious, you always have to be aware. And I think this dude is honestly a very fun boss, because you always have to be on your toes to make sure that he doesn't light the ground on fire and kill you. I don't know how many times my friends that aren't very good at the game die to this dude. I just think he's a very fun boss, and probably one of the most interesting bosses in the Prison of Elders. And guys, that is why he is in at our number 5 spot. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have probably the best strike boss in the whole entire game, and this is Taniks. And now what I love about Taniks is that you see him multiple times inside the strike, and unlike Omnigul, when you damage Taniks, he actually stays damaged. Another thing that I love about Taniks is that when you actually see him, it's a different engagement, so you have to switch up your playstyle. Sometimes it's good to use a sniper, and then other times it's nice to be close quarters and use a shotgun or maybe an assault rifle. And especially when you get to the end, it doesn't take a whole lot to take him down since you already damaged him a little bit inside the strike. So I think that's another reason why I love Taniks, and Taniks is a lot of fun. That's why I say I really like Taniks, because honestly when you see him, it makes you and your fire team like switch up your play style. It's just, I think this dude's a lot of fun. The strike itself is a lot of fun. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to do, and that's the reason he's the best strike boss in Destiny. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Skolas, and I'm not just talking about Skolas in the Prison of Elders, which is an okay fight. I think it's on par with like Urrox and Balas Traug, but also in the campaign, I think Skolas is an awesome boss. He's a lot of fun, especially on the last mission where you fight him. That is just an awesome boss fight. Me and other fans alike been waiting to get into the Citadel, and it's just an awesome boss fight. In Prison of Elders, the boss fight's okay. It had a lot of problems at the beginning where people would just Gallowhorn the shit out of them. But now the boss fight is okay in Prison of Elders. Like I said, it's on par with Urrox and Balas Traug. But it is really fun, and it takes teamwork, and it's one of those boss fights that takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of cooperation, and it challenges you and your fire team, and I think it's a lot of fun. That's why he comes in at our number 3 spot. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the Son of Oryx, Crota. Now Crota, even in the vanilla game of Destiny, was told as a god. Taking this dude down left the player with a feeling of satisfaction. You just finally took down a hive god. This dude is kind of fun, but he's super easy. So easy, I think people can probably solo this raid. But honestly, it's a lot of fun. The raid itself is pretty fun. He is a good boss. It challenges you and your team, because if one person dies, Crota summons his Oversoul, which can wipe out you and your whole entire fire team. But Crota overall is a fun boss, and the community, they made challenges where you had to kill Crota with like No Land Beyond without using any guns. Overall, Crota was pretty cool, and that's why he comes in at our number 2 spot. Coming in at our number 1 spot, most of you guys could probably see it, is Atheon. Atheon is a fun boss and takes a lot of teamwork, but honestly is probably the funnest boss. This boss will make you feel like Marty McFly, because he will teleport you to the past or future, and that epic feeling when you finally have the relic and you start to shoot Atheon and you finally take him down, it's probably one of the most satisfying feelings in any video game. That is why he is at our number 1 spot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a lot more content like this on my channel. Stay tuned for the Taken King. I will be going hard on that DLC. And guys, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rate the video what you guys think it deserves. And guys, I will see you on the next one.